Welcome, systems check. System all clear. Initiating startup protocol. Welcome trivia and crypto degenerates. Access granted. Enjoy the descent into this immersive game of knowledge.
All right, there we go. Welcome, as always, everybody, to Trivia Vice. What do we got tonight, Dan? I think it's general knowledge, right?
Yes, we got a little of everything. It is general knowledge. I got a kind of a grab bag going on. We got we deal with all sorts of stuff and things, so it's all over the place. This is gonna be a tough one, I think. I really do. I think I'm gonna.
All right, I like it.
I think I'm gonna fool some peeps on this.
Dan made every single question on this, so it's gonna be interesting.
I had no mercy.
Probably play along for part of it.
Yeah.
Jerry wants to know, is it snowing here? So we got like a foot last week, and then it snowed yesterday some, and it's been snowing again tonight, I noticed too.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much we've got now, but it's been cold and snowy. I think was it yesterday morning? It might have been this morning. It was like negative. It was definitely in the negatives this morning or yesterday morning, one or the other. But the one morning it was like negative 22 at one point.
Yeah, it was cold.
Steph says she feels like it hasn't stopped snowing in a week. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That's about right.
So let's see. What else was we were gonna? Oh, so as far as tonight's game goes, we have pitcher questions. We have geography. We have art. We have movies. There's a little of everything. So, all I will say is good luck. If anyone gets all 5 in any round, I'll be very impressed because there's some tough ones. I went pretty hard this time. So this took me. I literally just finished this game. I got here early to work on it, and it took me over an hour to work on it. So this took me a while.
Brooklyn says there's like 4-foot snow drifts. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I thought we had it bad.
Yeah, right. Hey, just for that, Brooklyn, though, I told you I was going to have Canada stuff. The entire first 5 questions, all Canada, every single one. So giving some Canadian love today to our northern neighbors because they have it worse than us with weather. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's get this thing going. And I gotta get a piece of paper while you're loading this. So
all right. Let's see here. Make sure we're set. Oh, make sure we're on round 1, not round 5.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at that. We're learning, doing better.
And share that. And there we go. Bada bing. Oh, I like the background. Okay.
So in honor of this is Ottawa in the fall time. Although I made it black and white because the trees were very colorful and it was very hard to offset the color. So I hope the black and white with the white lettering. I tried a lot of one. For some reason, it was hard with any color, and I don't know why. I should have done yellow now that I'm looking at it. But
so that's the canal in Ottawa, correct?
Yes. All right, question number 1. Name the 7th on there. Number 7, the province of Canada. Saskatchewan, Ontario, British Columbia, or Alberta. Number 7 on that. This is a tough one.
Number 7.
What's your guess, Kyle?
I'm going to say Saskatchewan.
It is actually Alberta, Canada.
Oh, that was my second choice.
I believe Saskatchewan's right to the right, and British Columbia is to the left.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right. I knew it wasn't Ontario. I knew that for sure. But the other 3, I knew it could be I knew it could be any one of them. And for some reason, Saskatchewan just kind of jumped out at me. But Alberta was my second choice.
Steph said she shouldn't have played on her phone. Yeah, that's something. That's going to put you at a disadvantage today, I think. We got a lot of photo ones today. So better get those reading glasses out. All right, how many provinces are there? I keep wanting to say Providence. How many provinces are there in Canada? 12, 13, 10, or 8? Yeah, I do apologize. That background, I should have gone with yellow. That was my second choice, but when I did the test on that, it still didn't come out well. I should have done a darker black and white, maybe. I don't know.
I believe it's 10.
Ooh, look at that. It is. There's 10 provinces, and I believe it's 3, what do they call it? Like land. It's not a province, but it's like they own the land for it. Yeah, I can't help but think everyone. So if you don't know, you just let the Canadians answer. When in doubt.
Territories. There we go.
Yes, I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. I literally just read up on this an hour ago. I couldn't even think of the word. I was drawing a blank. All right, question number 3. What is Canada's largest city by population? Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, or Calgary?
I'm going to go Toronto on this.
Man, I love Toronto.
Toronto is
obviously cool since city. COVID, but I love going there. It's a beautiful city.
It is a really beautiful city. I've been there a couple of different times, and I always remember it was very crowded, but everything was always very nice.
Yes, Toronto is very busy. So it is Toronto. Number 2 is Montreal, and then I believe it's Vancouver. I think Calgary is number 5, I believe.
Montreal is a cool city. I mean, I don't remember a ton of it, but I remember when we went on vacation near Montreal, and then Ottawa was a cool city.
I don't really remember either of them, to be honest. Not much.
I remember skating on the canal in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And then what was the go ahead and do this, and then I'll ask the question.
What is Canada's largest export in terms of GDP? Timber, oil, maple syrup, or automobile parts? All of these are 4 of the top 5 that they have. Actually, I believe the one is in like the top 6 or 7.
I want to say maple syrup, but I'm going to go with 1, timber.
So in order, this actually surprised me. So in order, oil is number first is number 1. Automobile parts is actually number 2.
Really?
Yeah. They do a lot of chips and stuff apparently for automobiles. Timber is number 3 and gold's number 4, and then and maple syrup is like number 8. It's just they supply the most in the world, but I mean maple syrup is
surprises me because I know like we sell flooring at the store and a lot of hardwood comes out of Canada.
All right, final question. What percentage of Canadian adults have college degrees? 52%, 45%, 38%, or 29%? This was actually going to be worded a very different way originally. It was going to ask, what is the most educated country in the world? Because in terms of higher education, Canada is considered the most educated country in the world, with over 52% of the adult population having a college degree.
That was going to be my guess, was 52.
So yeah, I couldn't word it that way because the whole first section's on Canada, so of course it's Canada. But so I had to change it to the percentage, and yeah, a whopping 52% of adults have college degrees. There's a lot of people I know probably that can't even spell college degrees.
That's right. Around where we're from, it's probably closer to that 29%.
Yeah, actually, it's probably lower than that. All right, so we do have, as expected, 2 of the Canadians in the top 3. So let's see. We got Jerry on the board with 1. We got Brooklyn and Bobby.
All right, here we go. Round 2. So do you remember when we went to Ottawa when we were kids? Do you remember beaver tails?
Beaver tails. Yep.
100%.
That's the only thing I remember.
I remember as a kid, like not realizing that it was just a fancy version of fried dough. And I legitimately thought it was a beaver tail.
Huh.
Yep.
So Brooklyn and Bobby both said that
they literally fed us a cooked beaver tail.
So Bobby and Brooklyn both said that from where they're from. around Winnipeg, the number is much lower. I'm just going by statistics. Brooklyn says they don't have those in the U.S. No, we don't have beaver tails in the U.S.
So ours is called fried dough, and they sell them at like carnivals.
and they taste way worse.
Oh yeah. All right, number 1. When was the Sega Genesis released? 1990, 1989, 1988, 1986.
You know,
I loved the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, the Sega Genesis slaps. I still have I don't have my original one, but Steph bought me one. I think it was Steph, or was it?
Yeah, we played it. We were playing it at your old house the one night. Remember?
Yeah.
We were playing Sonic the Hedgehog, and what else were we playing?
Street Fighter.
Yes, my favorite was still always was NBA Jam.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
was
NBA
that on
Jam.
Sega or was that Nintendo?
No, that was on Sega.
Oh man, when you could get like on fire and the guy could jump like 30 feet in the air. That, and then Mike always had that college basketball game that I always played.
Yeah.
With
where you could either Duke or Kentucky from like 1990. Yes. They were the best.
Oh, yeah. The graphics were just absolute dog water. But
yeah.
All right, number 2. Behind Michael Jordan, what ex/current NBA player is the wealthiest of all time? Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Junior Bridgman, or Hakeem Olajuwon? So I'll wait to answer this because Dan and I actually were talking about this the other day.
Yes, we were
in the car.
So, fun fact.
This is very interesting.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, I think this one actually might get everyone. Junior Bridgman was constantly a 6th, 7th man. Never started in his career in the NBA. He played in the 70s and 80s, and he spent his off seasons rather than training. He spent his off seasons working at Wendy's for free and learning how they did them. He ended up owning over like 600 Wendy's franchises and ended up selling a lot of them. The dude's worth like $600 million now, which is incredible. I think he's worth more than that even now. Hakeem Olajuwon is a little bit more than LeBron, but they'll be passed pretty soon probably.
Oh, yeah. All right, number 3. What is the smallest country in the world by population? Vatican City, Tuvalu, San Marino, or Liechtenstein?
I just like saying Liechtenstein.
I do too.
Like if you're really mad, like you have to say it like with a German accent. I think like Liechtenstein.
Well, and so going back to that previous question about Junior Bridgman, he played. He was like in the 70s and 80s, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's 70s and 80s. He was never a starter.
So that's the amazing thing. Like you think of the kind of money players can make nowadays between contracts and then endorse. Most of them honestly make majority of their money in endorsements and everything. But like it's amazing to think somebody that played back in the 70s and 80s, there really wasn't a lot of money being a professional anything for as far as an athlete back then.
Yeah.
So really that didn't turn until Magic Johnson actually basically threatened to hold out until David Stern like renegotiated the players' contracts.
Yep.
Number 4, in terms of land, what country is the smallest in the world? Isn't this the same one we just did?
No. In terms of land size, not population.
Oh, okay. Vatican City, Tuvalu, San Marino, or Liechtenstein.
Yeah. So
I was thinking 4. The game pulled a switcheroo on us.
Like no. Same question, just little different wording. So Vatican City is the smallest country in the world in terms of population. And it is also the same in terms of land. So it is actually a trick question. It is Vatican City for both. Smallest for land size and for population. Very closely followed by Tuvalu, San Marino, and Liechtenstein. They're all in the top 4 for both categories.
Wow.
Yeah. So if I got a fun one now. You got to do this is going to be the country flag. You got the 4 options here.
Oh, all right.
Out of the 4 options, you got to name the flag for this country.
All right, name the flag: Vatican City, Tuvalu, San Marino, or Liechtenstein.
All right, Kyle, which one is it?
I'm going Liechtenstein just because I feel like one out of the 3, you're gonna make it Liechtenstein.
Yeah, right.
That's my hypothesis on that one. But my follow-up answer on that's going to be Vatican City, just because maybe you'll go for the Triple Crown on that.
I did not go the triple one on this one, although I thought Vatican City would make the most sense. If I looked at it like Vatican City, like I don't know why it would have a crown, but I feel like it could. But it is actually Liechtenstein.
Yes.
This is the Liechtenstein country flag, and I'm pretty sure Liechtenstein's like literally the size of a county, like from where we're from. Like it's very small. Brooke says literally her reasoning too is because I had to have one in there with Liechtenstein. Yeah.
It's science, really.
It's science. I like things.
It's the science of Dan's brain.
All right. So Brooklyn takes the lead now with 2 points. Brooke is on the board with 1, and Curtis is on the board with 1. Curtis is good at those flags one. I think the one time we played with flags, if I remember correctly, we had a whole final section, and I think he was the only one who cleared the board with that.
Yeah, that's right.
Excuse me. This is
still nobody that's gotten all 5, I don't think. Or did we have somebody in round 1 that got all 5?
No, we had Jerry, Brooklyn, and Bobby all had 4.
Okay, I was gonna say and then Brooklyn got 4 on this last one. So.
Yeah, like I said, these are not for the faint of heart. This is a tough. This is a tough one. I don't know. I had a hard time getting inspired in the beginning, and so I was like, all right, Canada. I had to focus on certain things in order to do it. And then I started going crazy and branching off. Like right here, question number 1. What European country is not part of the EU? Norway, Lithuania, Ireland, or Chechnya?
Oh, man. My downfall. Geography. And science and about 5 other topics.
Basically everything.
Anything that's not pop culture or sports or movies, business or. I'm gonna say I'm going Lithuania.
So you know what's funny? If I was to guess, 100%, I would have went probably with Lithuania as well. And my reasoning for it is that is where a guy from the Toronto Raptors used to play, Jonas Valanciunas. See, that's where he was from. But it was Norway.
That was the only one I was sure was part of the EU.
Right? So. I thought that too. So I got everyone on that. I'm proud of myself. All right, question number 2. What is the only country in the world with a flag that doesn't have 4 right angles? Panama, Nepal, Egypt, or Angola? And I think a lot of people, when they see the flag, if like you look it up afterward, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I knew." Like you knew the country. Do you know what it is, Kyle? Excuse me.
I was gonna go with Nepal.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Yes, because I could picture Panama and Egypt. I was between 2 and 4 because I couldn't picture Angola's flag.
Which I was looking at, I'm like, okay, that can't be the only country, but I looked it up. It is the only country that doesn't have 4. It's a very like weird. It's almost like 2 pennants stacked on each other. So yeah, interesting there. Got a lot of people on that one too.
A lot of people want Egypt on that. Wow.
All right, name the famous classic book cover. This time I got it covered. This is the Maltese Falcon, Rebecca, And Then There Were None, or A Time to Kill. I gave a little bit of a hint at the top with the Agatha Christie novel, so that should help if you know any of her work, of course. That would help.
Looks like I'm going 4 because that's what everybody else is going with.
Man, why did everyone go 4?
My original thought was number 1.
No, it is actually And Then There Were None. So, fun fact, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. And Then There Were None is like the best-selling mystery novel of all time. It's in the top 5 best-selling novels of all time.
Isn't Agatha Christie like the number 1 selling author of all time?
That is correct. Look at you, Kyle.
I've never read any of her stuff. I wouldn't be able to pick her out of a crowd, but.
All right. Second one. Name the famous book cover. I don't know why it came up. Why? I literally double checked these. I apologize. So everyone click 1. Click 1. That will give you a free point. It's supposed to be The Great Gatsby, and I typed these in. I don't know why it didn't. I literally, right before we started this, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to have a blunder this game like I did last game. And sure as shit, I had a blunder. I'll double check after the game. That's going to drive me nuts. Maybe I missed it, but I literally double checked my work.
Oh, man. Mitch is going bold, and he's going with 2.
No, he switched.
He's banking on Dan being wrong.
I believe it is Justin and Pierre, and I don't, because it was a pre-made question, I changed it to The Great Gatsby because I love the book cover. It's just a really, really good one. Man, people they must have me muted, or they just don't listen. They tune me out when I talk, and I don't blame them. I would too. That's the only blunder of the night. Saying right here. All right, final question of the round. What is the best-selling individual novel of the 20th century? The Hobbit, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, And Then There Were None, or A Tale of Two Cities. Notice how I say individual novel, because we have, of course, have Lord of the Rings, we have Harry Potter, Charles Dickens in general, or Agatha Christie. So they are all in the top 5, every single one. All have sold over 100 million copies, which is incredible. And I knew this would draw a lot of different. So technically, on this list, A Tale of Two Cities is the best-selling novel. However, was not in the 20th century.
I was going to say it wasn't 20th century.
The Hobbit is the best-selling novel of the 20th century.
Yep.
Overall, The Tale of Two Cities does just eke out, but in the 20th century total, The Hobbit crushes it. The Hobbit sold.
What's the best on that list? We're not even gonna ask that question. We all know.
Oh boy. Okay, so it looks like Bobby gets another one. Curtis is on another one. So, and then we got Chad with 1. So now we got Curtis, Bobby, and Brooklyn all with 2 in first place. Then we got Jerry, Brooke, and Chad with 1 going into
we got a bonus.
The bonus. First bonus of the night. It's a quick random one.
So that round right there, we only had one person get 3, and then the other 2 had 2. So yeah, Dan.
Well,
Dan.
I'm gonna say that one was the Great Gatsby one would have given a lot of people, I think, a freebie. Mm-hmm. Technically, I gave you the freebie anyway, but that upsets me, man. I went through and I literally double checked all the picture ones to make sure.
You had me thrown on that one as I first was reading it, because I'm like, pretty sure F. Scott Fitzgerald, the only book I know him like famous for is Gatsby, but
yeah, like I was
maybe not. Maybe I'm just not cultured at all.
Uncultured totally swine. All right, here's the bonus. What is the right way to spell the capital of Hungary? Budapest, 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 or Budapest? Do you know, Kyle?
Oh, I gotta
see. I think I noticed a couple people, like Brooklyn, answered really quick, and I think some people with bonuses have like I'm just gonna, if you don't immediately know the answer, you just.
I think it's 1. Was my
just type in 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Thought.
So it is, yeah, it is.
Okay, I was gonna say that was my first thought, but
can't believe she button smashed Budapest. Yeah, I honestly thought, a lot of people with bonuses though just button smash and hope it's the right one, because speed obviously counts, and only the first person to get it will get the point. So it looks like Stephanie got it.
That's a good one right there. That one made me look back through them a couple of different times.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so it looks like Stephanie gets the point on that one. Going into round number 4.
So what's the score right now going into round 4?
So the score is Brooklyn with 2 in first place, along with Bobby with 2 and Curtis with 2, all in first place. So Brooklyn, Bobby, and Curtis. And then Stephanie, Chad, Brooke, and Jerry all with 1.
All right, we got a good game.
Steph says, good thing she looks at spelling. Yeah, she is like this. She's like the spelling fanatic. Like, she can pick grammatical errors out of anything. I think that's like her superpower, which, to be fair, if you had that as a superpower, that would kind of suck comparatively to a lot of other superpowers. But
All right, number one. Which of the following was not one of the Magnificent Seven? Steve McQueen, Robert Vaughn, Clint Eastwood, or Charles Bronson?
Actually, this one I did not know. Upon making it, I would have gotten this one wrong. So 100% I would have went with Robert Vaughn.
I was going to go Steve McQueen on that.
It was actually Clint Eastwood is not one of the Magnificent Seven, which he is known for. Obviously, those type of movies, you know, especially in the 70s, he was known for. In 60s, he was known for like playing the cowboy stuff. He was not one of the original Magnificent Seven. Also, Charles Bronson's a boss. I love the Death Wish movies. As terrible and cheesy as they are. I went through a phase for a while where I just like binge watched them on AMC years and years ago.
All right, number two. What genre is the best selling in the history of books? Romance, religious, horror, or fantasy?
So this is an interesting question because you need to think of each genre when they become popular, because you got to think things like horror didn't really become popular until like the 19th century, in the 1800s. Fantasy definitely took over and horror especially took over in the 20th century. And
I'm going with two.
Kyle's going with two. Religious, yes. So, yes, religion is the best. I shouldn't say obviously, because this is a tough one, because you got to include the Bible. The Bible is the best-selling book with over
that was going to be my question. Is that to me that was kind of the make or break on that one. If the Bible was included with that, then that was
interesting.
Kind of why I was leaning towards.
Nobody went with horror, but a lot of people went with romance. I find that's interesting, and I want to know why. I would like people to answer that and know why. So it's a movie poster.
All right, name that movie poster: Red Dawn, Heart of Darkness, Dracula 2000, or Apocalypse Now.
So, not to toot my own horn, but I think as far as movie titles go, this poster could be any of those. You did a pretty good job.
Yeah, no, this one, that's a tough one.
Do you know which one this is, Kyle?
I think it's Apocalypse Now.
So it is. Yeah, it's got Martin Sheen and, excuse me, Marlon Brando.
As you say, I thought that it was Martin Sheen up there at the top. It was hard to tell because half of his face is gone, but it looked like him.
So, fun fact, they were filming on location in like the jungles in East Asia, and Martin Sheen during filming had a heart attack because the conditions were so poor. And like the shooting, yeah. And Marlon Brando at that point in the 70s was like super overweight and came to the shoot so overweight that all of his scenes were shot in shadow so it wouldn't show it. Yeah. It's a great movie though.
Yeah, it is a really good movie. All right, number 4. What state has the record for the largest cabbage ever grown at 138 pounds? New York, Georgia, Florida, or Alaska?
Can you 138-pound cabbage? Can you imagine the smell of the sauerkraut from your house? That would come from that. Oh man,
I'm going Florida. I feel like that's a Florida thing.
So, interestingly enough, it's actually Alaska.
Really?
So Alaska's actually held the record for several different produce having records, because apparently the growing season there is very specified because of the climate. Did not know that, but yeah, Alaska of all places has the world record, or excuse me, has a record for the United States for the largest cabbage grown.
Oh, there you go. 23 and a half hours of sunshine in the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh. All right, last one of the 4th round. Hell's Canyon is the deepest gorge in America. What state is it located in? Wyoming, Utah, Nevada, or Idaho?
Putin is back again. He want to know which state to look at for super cabbages. I bet you they could grow some cabbages in Siberia. Gulag workers could cultivate them.
All right, I'm going Utah on this one.
Utah. I see. All right, our minds think like I would have gone Utah too. Apparently, this is Idaho. Hell's Canyon.
Really?
Other than potatoes, I think that's the only thing Idaho's got going for it. But they got the deepest gorge in America. Wow, a lot of people got that. I did not know that. I would have went with Utah as well. And actually, Wyoming would have been my second choice. I would not have gone Utah.
I wouldn't have either.
Still no one. Kev came close. He had 4 on that, so he gets on the board with 1. Brooklyn takes the lead again with 3 points, and Dirk is on the board with 1. So another Kev came close with 4. Still haven't had anyone clean out a round on this.
Dan may have put together the first game in Trivia Vice history that somebody didn't get all 5 in a round.
And I'm glad it didn't come down to the Great Gatsby blunder, because if someone got 4 and then messed up on that one, I would have really been upset at myself. So I'm glad that one everyone got like 2 or less, and I think one person got 3, so that makes me feel a little better.
God, this is round 5 already. Wow.
Yeah, Steph said she's coming in clutch with 0 points. I'm not pulling any punches this round. Or this entire game. This is a tough one. All right, so name the work of art, or not name the artist for this is the Statue of David. Is it Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, or Da Vinci? The Statue of David. So fun fact, not to get like weird about it, but in this time during like the reason artists all depict men with, that certain size package, if you will, it was considered seriously, it was considered a masculine thing to have that. Whereas obviously in today's culture, it's, the bigger the better. But back then it was complete opposite. You were considered very like Neanderthal if you were dragging around the anchor. Oh, I'm terrible, but I'm dead serious. That really is. That was the thinking. So yes, Michelangelo's David, Statue of David, still probably the most famous work of sculpture in the world. All right, name the cityscape here. Is it Toronto, Shanghai, Seoul, or Beijing? Everyone, you learn so much just from the fun tidbits. Now, that's actually something I learned in college. My one professor taught us that. Not sure how he found that out, but...
So technically, back then, size really did matter, just the opposite way.
Yeah, if you had a hog in your pants, you were basically considered you were considered like the riffraff. Steph says Dr. Darling. It was Dr. Darling. That dude taught me so much in college that had nothing to do with English. Like statues, penises. So that is the Shanghai cityscape there. Really beautiful, honestly. Question number 3, and I got everyone on that, so that officially makes nobody being able to clear out the board. What is the best-selling car of all time? The Toyota Corolla, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the Honda Civic, or the Ford F-150?
I gotta go with. Trying to think of which one's been around the longest.
A lot of people with the F-150s.
I was gonna say that. I'm gonna go with the Civic.
I'm going with the Civic. I was expecting, like, honestly, when I was looking this up, I was hoping for like a sexy answer, like the Mustang or something. It's actually it's the Toyota Corolla. Came out in the 1960s, and it's sold over like 49 million cars since then. And they said one of the reasons for its success is because of its unsexiness. It's just an average, safe car that lasts forever. So yeah, Toyota Corolla, number 1 selling car of all time. I would have definitely gone F-150 because everyone around here drives one. All right, number 4. What is the hottest state in the U.S. with an average temperature of 70 degrees annually? Texas, Nevada, Florida, or California? So this one's interesting because you got to look at every state's because you got certain, like California, very warm down south, but once you get to like the northern mountain areas, it gets snow.
I'm going Nevada.
Kyle's going
Because it can get cooler in the winter, but man, 120 degrees.
But you got to think also at nighttime too. They take into account the entire. So it's actually Florida, which seems like the obvious answer, of course, right? If you really think about it, like Florida, of course, is always warm. But I'm with you. I would have thought like, oh, you got hot parts of the desert, or like Texas gets really hot.
I was going to say my second guess was going to be Texas.
But they apparently take into account the nighttime. Like desert gets actually pretty cold sometimes in the desert. So Florida is the just steady Eddie. All right, I had to throw a Batman one in there. Question number 5. In Batman's first ever comic book appearance, what villain does he face off against? It's Two-Face, the Mad Hatter, Mr. Freeze, or Joker?
I'm most curious on this one if Steph gets this one right.
I know.
How much does she listen to Dan Truly?
I'm afraid to see. No, she doesn't listen to me. She's pretty sure has the yellow cover. So Batman's first ever appearance, he actually faces off against Joker and also Catwoman, but she's just known as the Cat at that point. So Joker is in the first ever Batman appearance, which is kind of cool. Mr. Freeze originally was called Mr. Zero and didn't come around until the 50s, so he was about 20 years after. Same with the Mad Hatter and Two-Face. So they're all quite a bit later, actually. Okay, so Brooklyn, I believe, let me double check my work here. So Dirk's got 2. Kay gets on the board with 1. And Brooklyn has 4. So technically, Brooklyn has won the game. We do have a bonus, so we're going to decide. This is going to decide second place, possibly. So Brooklyn won the game. Congratulations, Brooklyn. With 4 points. We have Bobby, Curtis, and Dirk all with 2 points. Steph says I can picture Batman swinging on a rope. You know, that's actually pretty good. Good job, Steph. She got that. So, yeah. So we have a 3-way tie for third place, or for second place. So this one is a fun with flags. It is a country flag. Of course, we had to do it. So what do we have? Oh, this is Brooklyn's second in a row. Impressive. All right, name the country. Is it Tunisia, Northern Ireland, Ivory Coast, or Ireland?
I'm going... All right, I'm going against the grain. I'm going Ivory Coast.
Kyle's going Ivory Coast. So it is actually Ivory Coast. So Ireland has
I was going to go either 3 or 4, but I think Ireland is green, white, orange, right?
Bingo. Yes, they are flipped around. And
okay, that's what I thought. I saw everybody else going Ireland, so I was second guessing myself. But
yeah, so Ireland is green, white, orange. Ivory Coast completely rips them off and does orange, white, and green. So nobody gets the bonus. That's a very rare.
Wow.
That's a rare one. So cool thing about Tunisia is they actually still have the original Mos Eisley set from 1976 when they were filming Star Wars.
Do they really?
Yeah, they're still there. You can see them on Google Maps apparently if you get the right coordinates.
I feel like they should.
Winners on that.
I feel like they should protect that with somebody like day and night.
I would agree. Well, it's been there for 50 years. I guess it's probably safe. But all right, so Brooklyn is the winner. Second place is Bobby, Curtis, and Dirk. All in third place, we got Kay, Kev, Stephanie, Chad, and Jerry, and Brooke. So congratulations again, Brooklyn, 2 in a row. Very impressive. I'm just looking here, making sure I'm double checking my work. Yep. So guys, we'll be back on Wednesday, same time, same place.
What are we doing Wednesday?
I don't know. Do you guys like when we do like the grab bag ones? Do you like more?
Somebody throw out in the comments. What do you guys want to see?
Yeah, let us know what you want to see, and we'll do them. So, thank you so much, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Have a great night, guys.